Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Mona Rose and this is Mona's Take. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, help my channel grow. I appreciate all the support. I'm very new to this, so comment in the section below. Tell me what I need to do differently, what you like, what you don't like, and we'll go from there. Last night was Amazing Race. I love this show because it shows us so many beautiful places. This started out last night in Corsica, France. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. They had to find the Belvedere de Corte. I know I did not say that right, probably, but it was a very beautiful part of France. They departed 15 minutes apart in groups based on how they came in on the last pit stop. So the first group was Lula and Layla and Dusty and Ryan. Then the second group was Ken and Pim, Akbar and Sherry, Raquel and Kayla. The third group was Aaron and Natalia. God, I'll get that right one of these days. They did not have the speed bump like they normally do if they have a non-elimination race. They just departed 15 minutes later than the second group, so it was like 30 minutes later than the first group. I guess that was their penalty for coming in last. They had started the race off with a detour. The detour was either cheese please or mule please. Now, when they were reading the description of them, I would have thought that the cheese please would have been easier than the mule please. Animals are unpredictable. You kind of have your fate in their hands and what they want to do. But everyone chose the cheese please except for Penn and Kim and Raquel and Kayla. They had to field dress the donkey with the saddle and the carriers for big milk containers, and they had to lead the donkey down a path to get their clue. It actually went really good. Kim and Penn got it right off the bat. Raquel and Kayla struggled a little bit with putting the saddle harnesses and everything together. They had one piece that they put upside down, and it took them a bit to figure it out. But Ken and Penn finished first in the detour, and then Raquel and Kayla, and they were off to the roadblock. Dusty and Ryan struggled with the cheese please. They could not get it to work. They kept turning off the burner and turning it back on. And to make cheese, you have to get it to a certain temperature, then add the milk, then get it to a certain temperature until it starts curdling. And then they would scoop it out and put it in the 3 containers that they had to turn in. They struggled with this. They could not get it. They were the very last ones to leave the detour. And they ended up switching and going to the mule please. Finished that rather quickly. Everyone got to the roadblock, and honestly, I'm scared of heights, but it looked really fun. It was like I want to say an obstacle water course of sorts. It was down a canyon. They did zip lining. They had to jump in. They had to swim. They had to go down slides, and it was all rocks that had been created. It looked like a lot of fun. The river that they went down on this obstacle course was a mile long. And the girls killed it. They were in and out of there. They had zip lines, they had sliding, they had climbing, they had jumping. It was all water related. And according to them, it was very, very cool. Kim and Penn got through it rather quickly. They were the first ones headed off to the pit stop. Raquel and Kayla were right behind them. Ryan and Dusty, they passed 3 teams. They by all means should have come in last night. They passed 3 teams and came in third. And they were a bit boisterous about it and having a good time with it. And some of the other contestants, racers, they didn't seem to appreciate that. But, I mean, that's a big thing to be last to a roadblock. And to be in that type of thing where you're in a river, there's only so many places that you can pass the person that's in front of you. But they managed to do it, and they managed to come in third, and I think they have a little bit of humility now because they know that one wrong move could cost them the race. Aaron and Natalia actually came in fourth. They did really good. Aaron did the roadblock, and he did really good. He had a lot of fun with it. Lula and Layla, they didn't read the clues. You always have to read the clues. When they got to the end where they were going to the pit stop, they had to blow up a raft. And in that clue, it said, leave your backpacks and your travel pack behind in the van. I'm assuming they're in water, canoes tip over, whatever, kayaks that they were in. So they probably didn't want their stuff floating down the river if one of them happened to turn over. So they had to go back to their van and take their stuff back up there. They would have been third had it not been for that. That was one of the teams that Ryan and Dusty were able to pass. The other team that they were able to pass in the roadblock was Akbar and Sherry. Akbar finally had to do a roadblock. Sherry's been doing them. And although she's not been that great at it, and she's been scared to death while she's doing it, she did it. His first roadblock, and he got passed by 1, 2, 3 teams in the roadblock. So he did not perform all that great. They were the last team to arrive. They were eliminated. Seeing the difference in the way that Sherry supported Akbar and said, you did your best. That's all I could hope for. You can't beat yourself up about it. It is what it is. The teams were better than us. We got eliminated. Versus him hollering at her, telling her how slow she is and how she's letting people down and this and that when he was out, one that actually couldn't keep up. And he said that in his closing. He said, I'm not going to be mad. It's like being on the court. You leave it on the court. They were just better than we were. So I wish them luck, but I'm going to miss seeing Sherry. She's a hoot. I really did like her. So now we have 5 teams left. We have Ken and Penn, Raquel and Kayla, Ryan and Dusty, Aaron and Natalia, and Layla. Out of those, I don't see Aaron and Natalia may surprise me and they may turn around and come back, but I don't really see them finishing out the race. Raquel and Kayla, they kill it. Ken and Penn kills it. Ryan and Dusty. This is going to be, and even Lula and Layla, they kill it. So it's going to be an interesting race to see who actually makes it to the top, because one wrong move can end your race career. You're done. You're out. I was kind of hoping last night was another alone elimination race so that we'd still have Sherry in there, but we didn't get that. So it'll be interesting in the next few weeks to see how this plays out and who comes in. I still say that Kim and Penn and Ryan and Dusty are my picks. I think they will make it to the top 3. And I think it's going to be a toss-up between Lula and Layla and Raquel and Kayla on who that third team is that's racing towards the finish line. So we shall see. Anyway, so do me a favor, if you haven't already, again, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment in the section. Tell me how you think the race is going. Who's your pick? Who do you think is going to make it to the end? Until next time, you guys have a great day. Much love. Mwah.